Zach Anders, we always appreciate the updates. Joining us now, Newsmax contributor and former Department of Homeland Security senior advisor Charles Marino, plus former Netanyahu advisor and the co-host of the Israel Undiplomatic podcast, Ruthie Blum. Good to see you both. Charles, in studio today. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
These continued strikes, Israel going in and after Hamas, U.S. against the Houthis, they're terrorist organizations. You know how to deal with these guys. You got to take them out, right?
That's right. And that's why you're seeing Israel become more aggressive by establishing these security zones, which are essentially these forward operating bases to close distance between potential targets that are on the ground. And also defensively for Israel. It's creating the equivalent of a buffer zone, which means earlier detection of a possible attack renewed by Hamas.
Ruthie, what do you think this all means for the remaining hostages and, of course, the families who are just hoping that either any hostages living or their remains will be returned home?
Look, we all always say that we cannot judge any family member of a hostage, all right? And in these hours when they're totally devastated and they're in a panic. But we also have to take into account that the rest of the country also has soldiers in Gaza, soldiers who were killed in Gaza, looking for the hostages, soldiers again on the ground in Gaza. Now, what I make of all this is that there is no choice but to up the pressure. And first of all, you can see that the Hamas demonstrations aren't similar to, for example, Iranian demonstrations. The Iranians want to extricate themselves from their regime. Hamas is angry at, the Gazans may be angry at Hamas, but they would perpetrate another October 7th again and again if they could. They haven't won. Not a single Gazan has come forth to reveal where the hostages are being held. None has come forth to accept the $5 million that Israel agreed to pay to any Gazan who returns a hostage. So there's no hope there. And we saw the impasse. So we had weeks of a ceasefire with no hostages released. So with all due respect to the families of the hostages, and I, of course, have respect to them, there is no choice but to up the military pressure. And thank God for the Trump administration that is at least backing Israel in this endeavor.
Charles, I want to talk about protecting the United States here at home just as well. When you go after these groups, the longer you let them linger and they make plans, they gain wealth and their funding and whatnot, they would try to come here. We've seen terrorists get through during the previous administration just as well.
Well, we know that the vetting was non-existent with this southwest border crisis that we experienced the last 4 years. We know that we have an extensive amount of sympathizers within the United States, some that are here on visas, for example, or other guest visa type student visas, other types of programs. But we also know that the Biden administration was not identifying them once they made their way into the United States. So they lie in wait. And the Trump administration has a huge undertaking in front of them. While the numbers are great, we still have a lot of people, primarily on the Democratic Party, that are undercutting everything that the administration is trying to do to improve our national security.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Charles Marino, Ruthie Blum, thank you.
Thank you so much.